I worked for another pharmaceutical company that didn't treat me right. And when I made more money than the president selling on commission, they cut it. So I quit and started Marion. I drive up to this building every morning, and I still have a hard time believing it's Marion's, because we started, as you well know, from a basement in a home. But I never had any dreaming idea, and in fact, it wasn't my goal. The goal was each year sell more than you sold the year before.
And sell he did. And now, nearly 40 years after taking that gamble, Kauffman strolls through Marion's massive manufacturing and packaging complex, a genial corporate god. A couple of miles away is Marion's equally massive office complex. His 3,000 employees, Marion calls them associates because they all are part owners of the company, not just workers. They all seem to adore him. They ought to. Marion treats them well, and through a very generous employee stock ownership plan, Marion is making them rich.
Where's your profit sharing? Marion Fund, or we'll make this a moment?
Very proud of Mr. Kauffman. Well, you see the excitement when he just walks into a room. I mean, it's just, he gives us a feeling like we're his children, and we want to make him very proud of us.
Such a good place to work. Wages are terrific, the people are great, and of course Mr. Kauffman is probably one of the best to work for.
He's very demanding, straightforward, very honest, and he asks for a specific amount, and you're happy to deliver and proud to be a part of what he's created.
Two philosophies of Marion is those who produce should share in the profits. But the most important philosophy is the second one, which is treat others as you want to be treated.
The success story of Marion Labs by now is legendary in the pharmaceutical industry. Mr. Kauffman began the company back in 1950 with $5,000 in savings, leftover poker winnings from his years in the Navy. It was a one-man operation to which Mr. Kauffman gave his middle name. He was president, research and development chief, and salesman all in one. That first year, sales were $15,000. By next year, Mr. Kauffman expects sales to top $1 billion. This is the reason for much of that growth. The heart medicine Cardizem, introduced 7 years ago, approved for wider use this year. It is the latest and biggest in a long line of successful wonder drugs marketed by Marion. The company's growth has been so astounding that $1,000 invested by a handful of courageous backers back in 1952 when Kauffman began selling stock, today would be worth $18.5 million. 300 millionaires work for Marion. It's a Fortune 500 company. Mr. and Mrs. Kauffman are a Forbes 400 couple, among the richest people in America, worth a reported $750 million.
This is a point. You have an obligation when you have this type of money to do something with it.